cheer I say?
She wants my new radio handle to be Placebo Domingo. All right. All right, shush up, Mike. Mike's always a day late and $1 short. So there's Ace Rockola.
Yeah.
Placebo Domingo. And BJ Etiquette.
All right.
Those are the ones we have to vote on.
So, David, really no.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thanks.
Don't worry about it. Tell her to quit worrying about it.
Okay.
Tell her it's the medicinal qualities of it are so great that the taste is something it's negotiable.
Please. Just keep going. Come on. You say
okay.
Go.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You just keep well,
I'm just thinking everything's got to taste good. Everything's got to be good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little suffering. That's all right. Eric.
Hey, how's it going?
You're 16.
Yeah.
Eric was on hold last night for 100 minutes.
Oh.
How are you, Ace?
Got it back.
Good. Ace who?
Ace, or BJ.
All right.
Okay, how are you, Dr. Drew?
Sir, fine.
Good, you guys are awesome. I gotta tell you that real quick.
Thanks.
I got a major problem. Okay, at school, there's this girl, and she's, like, totally obsessed with me. And she's not cool. she's totally obsessed. I was eating a croissant the other day, and a little piece fell off, and she stapled it to her binder.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, she's totally wacko. I kind of told her off to her face, and she went right to the principal, and she was bawling her eyes out, and I got chewed out for it.
What did you say to her?
What?
What exactly?
I said, just leave me alone. I don't want to have anything to do with you, because her friend wrote me a note saying that it was all a joke, so I got kind of pissed about it, and I was like,
And then she went to the principal.
She went to the principal.
What did the principal tell you?
The principal told me that I just need to be nice to her and that it'll all blow over. But I don't think it will. She memorized my address, my phone number. She got a hold of my schedule, and she knows when I work, where I work, everything. She knows who my friends are. I mean, if I give a girl a ride, she'll tell everybody at school that she hates that person because she thinks I like him, and it's just...
Here's the beauty, though. If she were even average-looking, Eric would be all over her.
That's exactly right.
Oh, jeez.
That is the most pathetic thing about men.
I'm not going to lie to you.
This is not the actions of an attractive woman.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, she's not that bad looking. It's just the way that, I mean, she's just wacko.
Okay. And how did she set her sights on you initially?
Well, I go to a private Christian school, and we had like a camp at the beginning, and everyone told me that she liked me. I thought, it's just going to blow over, and it didn't. It's just been getting worse and worse and worse. And like I said, she knows all my information.
All right, well, is somebody going to step in with this principal who, in all his wisdom, told you off? Is he going to now step in and try to help this young lady?
Well, he just thinks it's going to blow.
Well, it's not going to blow over unless somebody helps this young lady. This is pretty serious stuff.
How old is she?
I'm a sophomore, and she's a freshman.
How about appealing to one of her friends?
Her friends got upset, too, because the whole school really doesn't like him. And
doesn't like who?
So now, her or her friends. So now all my friends, they're kind of like, it's a small school. There's like 100 people in 4 grades, and it's like there's one clique, and if you're not in it, you're not, you're not really that cool. And all my friends are, we're kind of like the cool thing, and if we hate her, then everybody hates her. But
it's a sad thing. Can you, Eric? Can you realize it's a sad thing?
What?
This is a woman who's suffering, and this is a sad situation for somebody.
Well, I've been really nice to her ever since.
All right.
But stay with me. Can you identify on that level at least?
Yeah.
All right. So this is a troubled person.
Well, she may need some tough love at this point. But I went to junior high and high school with a girl like the girl Eric is talking about, and she killed herself when she was like 25.
She told me that she's attempted suicide, but I don't believe it. I think she's just...
Eric, believe it.
I believe it.
Certainly has that capacity. And
what should I do? I mean, my principal won't do anything.
Look, somebody needs to notify the parents. Somebody needs to get a social worker.
Her mom came looking for my house with her.
Yeah, so mom's nutty too, huh?
Yeah, well...
Sounds like those 2 chicks who come out out to the Loveline parking lot and bake me cookies. But I like them. They give me bootleg movies and cookies, and I'm all about it.
Great cookies.
Yeah.
I mean, exceptional.
Talk about how stupid me and Drew are. There's some people give us stuff to eat in the parking lot, and I gobble it down while I'm talking to them, asking them who they are.
Yeah. Well...
You don't care about our problems, do you, Eric? All right, listen, Eric, here's what you need to do. And I wish... there's 2 things I wish I could do as an adult. First thing I wish I could do is get my parents to write me a note for something. Parents can write notes for just about anything. I mean, when you're in school. Especially in, like, junior high. But still in high school, they can do it. You know the power of the parent in the note writing?
All right. You're getting a little bit cathartic here. Go ahead.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Well, you don't establish eye contact. You're all staring into the sun.
The doctor writing note, too, which is same thing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a note for your doctor.
Yeah.
But if your doctor... I'm going to use you for this, Drew, because I'm going to go back to
you for everything else. What the hell?
But I swear to God, if you had a note from your doctor that said the instructor must perform oral pleasure on you when the bell rings, I think they'd look at it and go, what are you going to do? Okay, you got to do it. I mean, my mom got me out of plastic class. That's the only decent thing she did for me in junior high, because I hated the teacher, and she wrote me a note. And that's it, pow. So his mom or dad needs to write a note to the principal explaining the severity of the situation and saying that they've made a copy of the note and they're keeping the note because something may happen, and when they do, they will be held responsible for not intervening.
That's right. And you need to find out, the question is, what is the school going to do to help this person, and see have evidence that they've done.
I think they're laughing it off because it's a female on a guy. I think if it was a guy on a girl, they'd take it more seriously because there's more,
It is a serious situation.
All right, here's the other thing I wish I could come back, would make a comeback from my childhood that I could do as an adult, which is the I'm serious call. Remember when you're a kid and like somebody locked you up in a trunk and they're having a good time and they're screwing around?
You go, no, I'm serious.
And it's like you're laughing and stuff there, and all of a sudden you start freaking out a little, and you just give the I'm serious, and then they go, he's serious. Did he say he was serious? He's serious. Let him out. And they let you out. Like one time I got rolled up in a carpet. I mean, a big old, like, remnant pile or something. I think it was like a big Indian rug. I got put right in the middle of it with, like, 3 feet ahead of me and 3 feet of carpet behind me.
Oh, boy.
Rolled my ass right up into that thing. Now I got my hands by my side.
You can't breathe.
I'm going nuts.
Yeah.
And the kids are kicking, naturally they're kicking the side of the carpet. It's not enough that I just lie there like a big cigar. I got to kick the thing. But when I gave the, he's serious! I'm serious! They unrolled me immediately. And I thought to myself, wouldn't that be great to have as an adult? When the boss calls you into the office and says, look, I don't know if you heard, but we got bought out, we're cutting back, and you say, listen, man, I need this job. I just bought a condo. I'm sorry. And then you could, I'm serious! You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the girlfriend dumps you.
Okay, you're serious. Okay.
I'm seeing your friend. Things aren't working. I'm serious! I think you should have, like 3 of those in your adult life that you need. Probably use, like, 2 up at the airport alone. I'm sorry, as I've repeated, the flight is booked up and you'll not be going home for Christmas. Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, you're 21.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
I'm calling in response to the girl about her tongue piercing.
Yeah.
I do apprentice work at a shop.
Great.
And really what she needs to do is, the stuff is called peroxyl. It's kind of like peroxide, but kind of got a mint flavor.
Peroxyl is something you get in the pharmacy?
Yeah, you can get over the counter. Just peroxyl.
Why am I thinking about a glycolic something that they used to use? No?
No, we usually recommend our
And what's in the peroxyl?
Peroxyl. It's pretty much like peroxide.
And what else?
It's just peroxide with a little mint in it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
It's peroxide with some mint. Either that, or if she's going to use the Listerine, to mix it 1 part Listerine and 2 parts water. The straight Listerine is way too strong for the fresh wound.
Well, there you go.
Ooh. Yeah, and that would probably not let it heal, right?
Well, that's what irritates
it.
Irritates it, yeah.
I use antagonize.
Keeps it from healing.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
You're a credit to your kind.
Well, thanks.
Are you going to be a head piercer one day?
Head piercer? Yeah, sure.
You are?
Yeah, as soon as I get some money.
Are you learning the piercing trade?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I'm right before I go to school, because I mean they've got a school for it and everything. So.
Oh, I tell you, I'm so squeamish. I would freak out. Although, I mean, you're looking at a lot of naked women in that job if you think about it. But no, could you pierce somebody's tongue? I mean, my hand would be shaking. I'd have to take the cigarette out of my mouth. I'd be so nervous. You know what I mean? I'd be scared that they were going to jump back or or just bite down or something while your hand was in their mouth. No. I'd be horrible at that. All right, Drew?
Yeah.
You want to sell the hell out of the next call? We'll go to break?
No, let's just go to break.
Okay.
I began to...
Ace Rock Caller, Dr. Drew, and you. And we'll be back in a scant 10 seconds. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Forget about the fax number. We don't even read faxes when Ann is here, and Ann's not here, so that's not going to be going down. All right. Something I want to mention, although a lot of you have sent out your Christmas cards, which is definitely an adult thing. I notice a lot of people send in Christmas cards. I got a lot of calls this year for your, what's your address? It kind of makes it anticlimactic when...
Do you send any?
Someone... No. You're kidding? And here's the deal. I look at sending Christmas cards like same reason I don't do heroin. I don't even want to get started. Once you send one card out, that's it. 2 years from now, you'll start, you'll start in like late August getting that crap together. I'm not doing that. But here's the tip I want to give to folks for either this year or especially next year when it comes to sending out the Christmas cards. Don't sign your goddamn name like you're signing a baseball. I'm not an autograph seeker. I don't know who half the Christmas cards I got are from. I don't know who sent them because they sign their name. And if you look at people's names, it's more like their mark than it is their name.
Right.
You can't make it out.
Right.
Actually, here's how you know you can't make it out. You know it's a guy.
Yeah.
Women sign their name like they're writing their name. Any woman whose name I've ever seen written is written, especially younger women, is just their name written in a handwriting style.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on with that. I appreciate it. It doesn't look that great, but you can certainly make it out. But women write their name when they
It's not a signature. It's just.
It's not a signature. Right. It's their name handwritten.
Right.
Men have a mark.
Right.
And if you're like Drew, forget about it. You could send me 100 Christmas cards. I could take it to an analyst and stare at it through a jeweler's loupe, and I'd have no idea what it was. No. Say, look at that. I don't know what it was. My good friend Jimmy sent me a postcard from Amsterdam, a really funny postcard about a guy banging a poodle. Very funny picture. The point is it said, having a great time, and there was his mark at the bottom. I stared at the thing for a week, and I was thinking to myself, geez, this is really funny. I have no idea who sent this to me.
Really?
And again, I have no idea who half the postcards or Christmas cards, I should say, I got. Especially if I don't have the envelope. If it got opened to pull out of an envelope or something, I can't get the thing. So, print in bold block type lettering, and furthermore, spell your name phonetically. I don't care how your last name is spelled. It just, I want it spelled phonetically. I want to be able to read it. Am I right, Drew?
You're right, sir.
Okay. And ladies, start sending those cards so I can read your name. You have no problem. What the hell do women doctors do? They got to have a horrible signature. They don't let them become a doctor.
They get pretty bad.
Is there a class?
No.
There's two classes that I think go on in med school that doctors never talk about. It is the how long can we get the sap to stand around in his underwear class, I think, where they just pull people off the street and they go in front of young med students and they start a big timer and they see how long they can get an idiot to stand in his underwear in front of them while they're out of the room.
Right.
I think that's the one class, and the other one is
the handwriting.
Screwing up the signature.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got there, Drew?
One. No.
No? One?
Yeah.
Okay. Jack.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yep.
Yeah,
How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
How you feeling, Drew?
Slowly better. Slowly.
Yeah.
It's hideous.
Okay, I got a deal for you, Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, you're talking about those handles, and you brought up DJ etiquette.
Right.
Okay, well, me and my friend are going to be starting a band when we move down to OC, and how would you like to let me use that name?
DJ etiquette?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you use that one.
We're going to be a big ska band, all the horns, 'cause I know you like horns.
Yeah, don't embarrass me by being one of those, who's the band? One of those mummy rock bands.
Mummy rock?
Yeah,
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson type bands.
Don't worry, don't.
Yeah.
No.
I don't like all that affect and eyeshadow. Just play the damn music, right?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, you're moving out to Orange County to get
Well, let's see. That's what he meant.
get involved with the scene?
Where are you moving to?
Well, I live up north, and me and my friend are going to move down to Santa Barbara because
I like it down there.
Oh, okay.
Nice and sunny and parties and
Oh, yeah.
all that.
Wait, where are you living right now?
Sonoma.
Are you going to go to college in Santa Barbara? Or?
Just JC.
Okay.
Not that I have to, but I was going to go to an art school.
Right.
I'm poor and I can't afford it.
Well, hey.
So out of homage to Mr. Carolla, you're going to explore the alternative scene.
Right. I only give, here's what I want you to promise me, though, Jack.
Okay.
I'm giving you 7 years in the JC, and then you have to quit. I don't care if you're a day from graduation. At the end of the 7th year, you walk out of that place. You know what I'm saying?
You mean if you last 7 years there?
I don't care if... No.
He's to spend 7 years there?
No. Here's what I'm saying, Drew. Please listen. I have friends that are still in junior college.
Yeah.
You know, they took the GED, graduated high school early.
Yeah.
And they've been going to junior college for 17 years now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I talk to him, and you try not to laugh, but you're talking to a guy who's 34 now. What's going on? I have a few credits to make up, and then I'm, where are you going now? Valley.
Oh.
What? You're going to, oh. Yeah, I'm on the dean's list. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care if you're living in the dean's house. You've been going there your entire adult life. So here's the deal. I give Jack, because he didn't sound too sharp, 7 year limit.
How about 3 years?
No.
4?
No, because you got to realize your average junior college student needs 5 years to complete the 2-year program. Or he wouldn't be going to junior college. The average 4-year college student probably uses 5.5 years to graduate.
I don't know about average, but plenty do.
Yeah, no, I might go average. Well, put it this way. Some people graduate in 4 years in a 4-year program. More people take 5 years than take 3 years. All right, so there you're already pushing that way. And I would bet there's more people that take 6 years than 3 years in your average college. So 2-year to junior college, forget about it. All right, but at the end of the 7th year, you walk. That's it. I don't care if you got the 1 PE credit away from graduating with honors. You're out of there.
Yeah.
All right. BJ Etiquette. Oh, man, that is a name for a band. Oh, I hope they get huge. Mike.
Yeah.
You're 17. What's happening?
What's going on is about a year ago, actually almost a year exactly on New Year's, I hooked up with a girl who lived 4 hours away, and everything was going great. We had plans. I began to move in up there, and all of a sudden my parents got jealous, called the cops, had me brought home, and when I came home I found all sorts of weapons in the house that I didn't know I had, and I was arrested for it. Now I'm not allowed to see or talk to her or make any sort of communication with her whatsoever. And that was about 9-10 months ago.
Something is missing from this story. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
That's all I know about this story.
It's Mike's brain.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah, what's going on there, Mike? What weapons? What kind of weapons?
What happened was I moved up there with her and her family.
Well, how old were you?
I was 16 at the time.
How do you move away from your parents?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Very simply, my parents had said it was okay at the time that I went up there. And
to live?
I went up there.
To spend the rest of your life, or?
Well, no, I was planning on living up there. I had a job. I had...
what about school?
Yeah, I had a job. I had school. I was going to a community school. Fully accredited, of course.
What kind of community school?
It was through American Schools. They do a homeschooling program.
Yeah. Sounded like hippie school at home. That sounded like hippie school without the clay.
Yeah.
And that's all there was in hippie school. You take the clay out of hippie school, there's nothing.
Your parents were enthusiastic about this plan?
Not enthusiastic. They said it was okay.
They said it was okay because you were going no matter what?
No, actually, I wasn't. If they had said no, then she had plans to move down here. She has relatives that live about 20 minutes away.
That's why I'm not giving my son his penis until his 19th birthday.
Yeah, at least.
That's a mean trick to play on.
I know, but the penis gets attached to something, and then that's it. You're moving cross country, you're going to a hippie school, you're getting a job. I mean, 16 years old.
Yeah, but try somebody 16 years old who's pulling in over $100 a day from his job.
Really?
Plus he had a car and a home life.
Jeez, I didn't know prostitution paid that well.
I mean a home life.
I mean a home life. The mother and the father of the girl accepted me.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I was working for the husband.
Okay, so let's get to the part where your folks planted munitions in your room.
They planted weapons that my brother had years before and that I had given back to him. Throwing stars, ninja stars.
Uh-huh.
And I found those in my room with explosives that I've never seen before.
Right.
Explosives like firecrackers or like plastic?
No, like little cherry bombs.
Okay, cherry bombs and these...
Yeah, those things you order in the back of Black Belt magazine.
Right.
It's you usually end up opening beer.
Right.
Okay. Bottles with.
And so how did it go from you finding them in your drawer to the police finding them in your room?
That's the thing. When I came in, the police told me, "Oh, by the way, we're searching your room."
What were you police?
Do you live in the precinct, Mike?
Yeah. I live right now. I'm still living at the house with my parents.
But what were the police doing?
Where were the police when you got home?
No, they were the ones that came picked me up.
From where?
From downtown in my city.
Uh-huh.
They came...
There's so much missing here. There's so much missing.
No, they knew I was in the area. They came, picked me up.
Why?
Why? Because my parents had reported me as a missing person.
Why did they do that?
I have no clue.
All right. Well, that's what you need to get to the bottom of.
Figure out why it is you missed the fact your parents didn't want you to be moving away.
There was some communication breakdown where you thought you had your parents' blessing to move away, and they thought you were missing.
No, they told me that I was able to go and live there.
Mike?
Then I got a call. What?
There's just something missing there.
Yeah, I got a call. They said you have 48 hours to be back in the Bay Area.
Why?
So
Why would they do that? Why would they tell you it's all right for you to go somewhere and then call you and say you have 48 hours to be back?
Probably I'm going to go with an answer of that I'm their child, and all of a sudden I am choosing somebody else's family over their own.
And they didn't realize that when they told you it was okay to go?
No, they were probably upset or just trying to...
Well, upset means... okay. All right, you're 17? All right, wait till you're 18 and then move back.
That's the thing. I haven't talked with her in 9 months.
I don't understand why you can't talk with her.
If you make a long-distance call, it shows up on your phone bill.
Right.
You can't call her. The only computer in the house that has internet access is my mother's computer.
How about going to a payphone?
Yeah.
With what money?
You have no money?
I have no money right now.
You can't get like $3 to make a phone call? Oh, for Christ's sake. All right, Mike, listen, there are pieces of this puzzle
until
missing.
you learn to have a little more insight, to assess reality more carefully, and take responsibility for the things that happen to you, you're in for a very long, hard, and painful life.
By the way, speaking of phones, remember I told the story of the time when my young Catholic little brother, Nate, I gave him my phone calling card number because he met that chick on the internet who lives in Kentucky.
Yeah.
And I gave him that big fat speech just about 5 years ago when I was piss poor. And I said, Nate, and this is why, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot treat kids like adults. You cannot reason with kids.
Mike was a perfect example of that. I would love to hear his parents' point of
version
view
of it.
Of what happened. It was something totally different.
He stole some jewelry and a fifth of vodka and split.
Yeah, that's what happened. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Kicked Dad in the nuts and busted out the front window.
Yeah.
That's probably what it was. Yeah, I know. It's always great when people tell you those stories. This is right up here. Here's the adult version of this.
Yes.
My boss fired me for no reason.
Right.
Why?
I was the best employee.
I was the #1 salesperson in my quadrant for the last 2 years running. Everybody loved me.
He walked in one day.
Fired me for no reason. How come? He has it out for me. Oh, yeah. He's one of those bosses that wants to drive the business into the ground by firing the most valuable employees. I don't know what it is, man.
No, when you point that out, then they usually have an elaborate story attached to it. Well, he didn't like the way I looked at his wife.
It's a Christmas party, and he was eyeballing me by the pony keg, and ever since then, it's like, no, you idiot, you're an F-up. Your boss is cutting you out of there because you're dead weight.
But the mics are where that all starts.
Right.
That's where that starts.
Serious denial. So anyway, I give Nate the phone card because he's hornier than Nate. Than a 14-year-old with a chick who he knows in Kentucky. And I say this: listen, I feel sad for it because his mom cut him off the phone. I'm going to give him my phone card. Now, you're going to use it responsibly. And I'm going to get the bill every month. Believe me, I'll get the bill. There's no way I'm going to miss that bill. And every call, because I only know a handful of people in Kentucky, every call I get that has the word Kentucky on it, I am charging you for. You're going to reimburse me at the end of the month for these Kentuckian calls. Now, use the phone wisely. Keep it to $20, $30 a month. You make enough over at the student store. You pay me off. You don't drive. You don't have any other expenses. And you can talk to your girlfriend every day for about 3 minutes. Or once a week for 20 minutes, or whatever it works out to be. And it's $25, $30 depending. I got a call from the phone company after 9 days. My phone was shut down. The kid had racked up $245 in the course of about 8 or 9 days. Oh. And my phone was shut down.
Oh. This is a good kid.
And this is a good kid. Right. And I gave him that whole big speech. Listen, I will know. Please be responsible and use it as long as you like. And screw up, it's getting taken away, and you'll never talk to this girl in Kentucky again. Well, immediately just went ballistic. Oh. Which is why you cannot treat kids like adults. But or why you shouldn't be surprised why adults who are kids behave the way they do. Right. The next thing, though, is I get a phone call from the phone company last week. Shut your phone off again if you don't pay this $109. Starts giving me an address. Something Robertson, something L.A. I don't know what. I have nope. And you know when you get real righteous, like finally somebody screwed up and it wasn't me? Yeah. Listen, I don't know what you people are running over there. I've never heard of this address. I've never this. Nathan.
You mean he's resurfaced with the card?
No, not the phone card. I co-signed for his phone line like 3 years ago, forgot all about it, and then he moved and owed them like $109, and they haven't been able to get it out of him. So me being the co-signer, they're coming after Papa Carolla. Sure. I now have to cut them another check for $100 and something so I don't get my phone cut off. So.
What's Nate doing now?
He's working on computers.
All right. So no, he's okay.
I'm going after him for the $100.
Yeah? Hey, actions have consequences.
Hell yes. I'm not doing it for the $100. I'm doing it out of principle, right?
That's right.
As a matter of fact, let's make it $150 and really try to put a fine point on it, huh?
Sure.
All right.
Pain and suffering.
Yeah. No. No. David.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, you're 25.
Okay, a little case history here, if you don't mind. I had a morning erections from the age of 12 up until 24, and I just turned 25. But the job that I did for a living, I had to pick up boxes, and the box weighed 90 pounds, and I had to proceed to put it on a cart right next to me, approximately 3 feet off the ground.
Well, that's a good deal.
So anyway, I turned with the box.
Yep.
Yeah, and I pushed it. Real heavy box. It was real close to my chest, and a muscle kind of snapped or popped in my groin, right next to my testicles. Yeah, right. So
Mike's getting a lot of mileage out of the slide whistle tonight. Yeah.
And every single day after that, I've not been getting a morning erection, and well, I shouldn't say every single day, but before the frequency was every day, and now it's probably once a week. Anyway, and also the vein or an artery that runs along the scrotum, the main vein, turned black. So I'm
these are all indicators, by the way, of an injury, David.
Obviously, yes. Yeah. What kind of doctor should I go? I've been to a urologist.
Good one.
You went to a urologist?
I've been to 2 urologists.
And what'd they say?
In a family practice, and they said it's not a hernia.
Okay. What did they say it was?
They didn't say what it was.
So it's nothing, basically.
It can't be nothing. I actually have an aunt who graduated from Mayo Clinic, and she's never heard of it. I just don't know what kind of... She said go to a urologist.
She graduated from the Mayo Clinic, and you're stacking crates. I wonder who the black sheep of the family is.
David, if you've seen 2 urologists and they can't explain it, it's very unlikely anybody's going to come up with a concrete explanation for this. Okay? It's sort of just one of those things, and that also means that it's nothing you should be worried about. It's nothing that's going to have long-term...
Oh, how's the penis functioning when it needs to function?
Oh, not real good, Adam.
Why? What's the matter? What happens?
Oh, well, we're talking about 3-hour sustaining endurance level during sex to half the feeling gone in the testicles and the actual shaft down to a half hour.
Yeah, that's still too long. Believe me, this is God's work here.
God.
You don't even having sex for 3 hours.
There has to be some kind of a doctor that's heard of this before. There has to be.
All right. So the point is you've been to 2 specialists, and they've not come up with anything. Now, on the other hand, Drew, you see these movies once in a while where somebody comes up with some...
but here's the deal. When it's not medically relevant, it's not medically relevant. You know what I mean? If it had a medical name or medical relevance, somebody would be able to pick it up and treat it. It means it has no specific treatment. When there's no medical relevance, it means it has no specific treatment and no specific prognosis or natural history to it.
How much do you think of this as psychosomatic?
A lot.
Oh. Just because you could tell by his sort of pace.
Intensity, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weirdo night tonight, isn't it? I was a little on the fence with David. I couldn't figure out...
well, you know, it might be something.
He sounded like a guy who was tortured by his own groin. I mean, how good a mood is a guy going to be in when he hears a snap coming from his groin?
I've seen a couple people with OCD have something peculiar happen down there, and then they become totally focused on it, and then lose their erectile function, lose all kinds of things. Yeah. Because they're so anxious and so preoccupied and so focused, and it's a part of an obsessive-compulsive problem.
Yeah. It's like if you're teeing off on the golf range and you're trying to think whether you inhale or exhale on the downswing, you're going to shank the thing into the bunker every time. Yeah. You cannot focus on the penis too greatly. You just let it go about its business, and then blame it on the penis, whatever it does.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying, Drew?
Yeah.
Yeah, David seems to be sort of obsessed. You trust the medical community enough to say if he went to 2 urologists...
I mean, that I can't say categorically nothing is happening to him biologically. Something might have happened. But it's not going to significantly impair his functioning in the future. It's just, it's not medically relevant, I suspect.
All right. Drew, come on, sell one of these calls before we go into break. Sarah's 18. Why do girls who spend a lot of time together have concurrent menstrual cycles? This is good because we have this going on
constantly.
Not between Drew and myself, but between Sherry, Lisa, Ann, and I think even Mike, although we may have a hard time getting him to admit to that. Yeah. God bless him. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE. All right, turn that down, Mike. Where was I? 1-800-LOVE-191.
Thank you.
Then that's enough. Okay, where were we? When we left off here on the Fabulous Love Line, we were going to talk to Sarah, who's 18. Sarah?
Yes. Hi. First of all, Dr. Drew and, what is it now, Ace Rockola?
Ace Rockola or,
BJ Etiquette.
Yeah, BJ Etiquette.
Well, listen, I think you guys are fantastic, hilarious, ingenious, and, well, maybe even a little bit recalculous.
Oh, real
and by the way, happy Hanukkah.
Than's you. Yeah, today's Hanukkah.
Yeah, it's the first night. So, listen, my question is...
I don't know, am I allowed to accept thanks for Hanukkah if I'm not Jewish?
Yes.
Yeah.
I realize I said thank you.
And, I'm Jewish, yet I can still wish people Merry Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
It's become not so much of a religious event as much as an American consumer cultural event.
It's been commercialized.
Yeah, you know, I think some Jewish kids feel ripped off about Christmas, and that's probably why Hanukkah was cooked up.
You know, it was why Hanukkah was beefed up.
Oh, beefed up.
Because it really was an inconsequential holiday that was made into this big deal.
Right, but here's what I have to say to that. You spread it over 8 nights, which is
like that.
Is a real strong idea. Starts earlier than Christmas and ends after Christmas. Come on. And number 2, the Jews have a ton of holidays during the year that the Goyim, cannot enjoy or embrace.
You mean miss work for?
Miss work for or school. But you don't hear us complaining.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, actually, it's interesting because, anyways, my question is...
Well, here's the good thing about being a Jew. You get the Jewish holidays.
And you get the other ones.
But you get you get the President's Day and or Easter. Oh, wait, the Jews wouldn't be in Easter.
Do you like your job?
Yeah.
Think how much you're still entrenched in your old adolescent ways of thinking.
I know. I'm thinking about school.
Yeah. And about missing work. About how to get out of work.
Jews aren't into Easter, right?
No.
But they get Easter off school and work.
Yeah.
Genius. This whole Jew thing's genius. All right, Sarah.
Okay, my question is, why is it that women who tend to share a lot of time together, for instance, relationship between a mother and a daughter or close friends, why do they tend to have synonymous menstrual cycles?
Something happened to you?
Yes, it has.
Yeah.
And also, I know that there's an old wives' tale floating around out there that a woman's menstrual cycle runs parallel to the phases of the moon.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Drew, I was wondering if you could shed some light on these issues.
No one knows.
No one knows? No one's been done any studies on it?
Oh, yeah, they're trying to figure it out, but one of the theories is that there's some sort of airborne hormone, like a pheromone, that women pick up on from one another. I don't know what it is. It's all kinds of theories about emotional cycling or just... no one knows, but it does happen, that's for sure.
I think the equivalent to this for males, and it's not really even that close, but I notice, like, if a friend of mine breaks wind, I'll tend to break wind about the same time, and I don't know if it's just reminding me to do it or not, and that's certainly airborne.
Couldn't you just said yawning?
Yeah, yawning, too, but that's a sort of unisex thing. Yeah, they haven't figured that out, but, you know, phone screener Lisa, phone screener Sherry, and producer Ann are all hooked up now. And they're all neck and neck. I think they're because they all come in here on the same night. And here's the deal.
Not only this, they start on the same hour of the same day.
Yeah. I think they have to call each other.
At least Lisa and Ann do.
Right. And here's the deal with the girls. You wouldn't know it from Lisa or Sherry, but Ann... you know.
Let us know, yeah. And we know when it's coming, too.
Yeah.
Not just we know when it's happening, we know when it's coming.
Yeah, you can hear the car screech in the parking lot, and then the front door get kicked open of the studio. And it really, it's like that scene from Weird Science when those mutant bikers invade the party. That's how it is when Ann comes into the studio on that night. So once you know Ann's doing it, now you know everyone's doing it.
Great. Well,
all right.
Thank you guys.
Plus, I could see you hooking up with your mom because even though I've never had any discussions with my mom about this, because that is the last place I want to go. I don't even want to admit that my mother has a vagina. I say that I came out of a hatch. Or a porthole or something.
A belly button.
Yeah, I was squeezed out of a bar rag, as my Ray's mom would say about him.
Oh, boy.
The point is, hey, that's a compliment. The point is I didn't want to go there with Mom. But I have seen enough of these feminine commercials to know that moms and daughters engage in hourly and lengthy conversations about their cycle and feeling fresh. So apparently this is the way mothers and daughters are aware of this. Jake.
Yes.
Oh, Jake, sorry, you're 22.
Yes. I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
I have the head of my penis pierced, and I was wondering if I was to take that out, how long would it take for that hole to close up, if it will close up?
What kind of piercing do you have?
It's a Prince Albert.
How long you had it for?
A little over a year.
What gauge of instrument?
2 gauge.
2 gauge.
Yeah.
Would that be like the size of a...
The size of a Bic pen.
Oh, you mean... No.
My penis, yeah.
Not a Bic pen.
Yeah.
A Bic pen is about 5/16 of an inch across. It's a healthy 1/4 inch.
Yeah, at least.
So you're saying there's a hole...
The bottom of my head out through the urethra, the hole of my penis, yeah.
Is it all epithelialized?
Is it what?
Epithelialized?
What's that?
Is it healed?
Oh, yeah.
Listen, no guy stupid enough to get a hole punch in his penis is going to know what epithelialized means.
This isn't just a hole. This is a crater.
You know what?
This is a habit trail.
Yeah.
You don't have a penis. You got part of a habit trail.
It healed up pretty quick. It took about, 2 weeks and it was healed up.
How big was the original hole?
14 gauge. That's, it's that.
I'm picturing 14 gauge like 14 gauge wire.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing that's okay.
Small.
Let me picture. Yeah, that's fairly small, but you kept enlarging it.
Yeah, as you have more sex and use it more, and as the gauges get bigger, it weighs more and it stretches it out slowly.
So you keep putting in bigger hoops, or?
Yeah, I think I'll stop right here.
Yeah, let's say that'll about do it.
I don't know how long it'll take to heal up. I don't know if it will heal up.
Really?
Why do you want it to heal up now that you?
Well, I don't, but it's kind of a pain to pee, and maybe when I'm 40 or 45.
What about, what happens when you pee?
Goes
it's a windshield wiper.
Depends. Sometimes it'll go out the bottom hole too and get all over my legs, or.
Oh. See, I got to tell you, I have enough difficulty with my penis regarding urine Every time I sit down to go number 2 and I start urinating, I start filling my pants like a trough, which are, down on the floor. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but...
It comes through the toilet bowl. And
there's some genius, and I'm going to, as God is my witness, Drew, I'm going to invent this product. I know you don't watch a lot of Major League...
The penis shield?
Yeah. I know you don't watch a lot of Major League Baseball, but about 15 years ago, the catcher for the Dodgers, Mike Yeager, I think, took a ball right in the Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Because the mask only went down to his chin, and then the chest protector went up to about the bottom of the Adam's apple, but he got nailed. So we came up with this little invention that all the catchers use now, which is a little piece of plastic that hung down in front of him.
Yeah.
That is the thing we need to use on the front of the toilet seats, because the toilet seat sits up above the rim about a good half-inch, 3/4 of an inch, and there's that big gap, and I fire right through there, and then the urine hugs the contour of the toilet and fills the pants, which are pressed up against the base of the toilet, because I'm usually in a tense position when I'm down there. The worst thing is, Drew, is I don't know if you've noticed this, but at the TV show we have the handicap bathroom,
the high ones,
which means the toilet seat is sitting up on clogs like 4 or 5 inches off the bowl, and then it's anyone's guess where that urine's going to end up, but it's everywhere but the toilet.
Right.
What were we talking about? And then there's all the dribbling back in the pants and everything. I couldn't imagine having this extra hole to deal with.
Yeah.
All right, so take the thing out, and hopefully, God willing, it'll close up, right?
Yeah. I was reading some more about piercing this weekend and theories about why people do it. It sort of fits my feeling about it all along, that it's, to a limited extent, there's some sort of stylistic expression, and sometimes it's sort of a adolescent acting out or rebelliousness, but for the most part...
Listen, that covers goatee.
Yeah,
that does not cover hole in the Johnson.
Yeah. Not just hole, but crater, a gaping hole in the Johnson, and that's in the realm of self-mutilation and why people self-mutilate.
Of course, putting a spear in your penis, that's it. Court adjourned.
And to the people that say, people have done this stuff throughout history, children are being abused throughout history, and it's been a way that men have naturally managed those primitive feelings.
And just because a couple of idiots on the Adobe plains decided. Wait a minute. Not Adobe. The Gobi?
Gobi Desert?
Yeah. On the Gobi Desert decided to put a half a soup spoon in their ass. It doesn't mean it's a good idea for you living in Orange County, you idiots. All right, we'll be back. Hey, this is Loveline. I'm Ace Carolla, and that is Dr. Drew. Forget about the phone number. Forget about the fax number. We want to talk to you. But first, I would like to present Drew with my gift for him.
Oh, my God.
Drew got me. Here's how into into my present Drew was. I said to him, "Did you give me something that had cheese on it? Because I'm trying to figure out where this cheese smell's coming from. It's still coming from me, by the way, and I can't find it." Drew said, "I don't know," which means his wife went out and got something. I think you got me like a scented candle.
Something? Yeah. That's all of it.
All right.
Some champagne.
Here's my problem with the gift. Yeah.
I didn't want you to feel obliged this year.
No, I know. I understand. Drew and I have a certain understanding, which is we don't understand each other. No.
We try not to have
We have an agreement, which is neither one of us really care. I mean, really don't. We like each other. Right. That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need anything.
Right.
There's nothing I'm going to get you that's going to change your life.
Right.
You'd rather get your kid like a candy cane than get you a $100 gift.
Yes.
Oh, shut up. You know you're full of crap. I get you for $100. You'd be into it. I went to the Radio Shack to find you something.
Ooh.
Yeah. But that place is so screwed up. There's like nobody at the counter and people screwing around with, animatronic robots and whatnot. I couldn't find anything in the place.
Okay.
So I started looking for an antenna for myself.
Okay.
I don't get an FM antenna. I don't get any reception where I live. I couldn't get any help with that, so I left. But I stopped by the liquor store on the way here. And I got you this fabulous cigar.
Oh, thank you.
And I wrote on the case there. I know it's a little phallic for you, and you don't feel comfortable taking something that shape.
Nice. Thank you very much.
For another male.
There's no.
No, it's not a gag.
No
thing.
balloons are going to pop back.
I got through one cigar, everybody.
That's nice.
But you know what? I don't know anything about cigars. I got the most expensive cigar they had in the place.
You made a great choice.
Do you know that cigar?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That works?
Oh, yes.
Now, I know it's still good because you're sick.
Yeah.
But as soon as you honk up that big phlegm ball, I want you to drink in some of the milky goodness of Mr.
Very nice.
Cigar.
Thank you, Alan.
Well,
really sweet.
please. The least, Drew. The least I could do. You're such a pro.
Thank you.
Right.
I am touched in a way that I rarely am by you, frankly.
Really? See, that's the beauty of me. I drop $11, and people think it's an
huge.
amazing.
It's like, oh my God! No, I mean you went to a liquor store on my behalf.
Well, I need to pick up a pack of butts too. But
I feel better.
no, I did go there on your behalf. Here's the deal. I start off as like I'm Super Santa in like November. November, I start thinking about it. Here's my thought. Geez, I'm making a pretty good living now. I got a lot to be thankful for. There's a lot of good people around me. And you know what? I'm really going to take care of them this year. Now, fast forward to mid-December. I can't take care of everybody. But there are a handful of folks